Now on CoastTV News.
DUI Checkpoints, Delaware State Police has the results. In widening Route 9, what people that live in the area think about the plan.
And we had quite a nice Saturday, and we're going to do it all over again tomorrow and now Sunday, as I'm expecting sunny, dry weather to continue. But I'm tracking some big changes in the next week in the form of a coastal storm. I'll have the latest update on that next.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Brandon Ferguson, and welcome to CoastTV News at 11. We begin tonight with a DUI checkpoint in Milford. The Delaware Office of Highway Safety and Delaware State Police partnered together to conduct a DUI checkpoint in Milford on Friday, September 6th. Take a look at your screen now. You'll see some of the results. A total of 340 cars went through. 4 people got arrested for DUI and 1 person got arrested for drugs. 5 traffic arrests were made in total, and many more of which can be found on CoastTV.com. And on your screen now is where Ocean City Police say a 16-year-old boy was in a marked crosswalk Friday night when he was struck by a motorcycle. Officers say after hitting the teenager, the motorcyclist then lost control of his bike, hitting another parked motorcycle and a car before riding away. Police say the teenager is currently in critical condition with life-threatening injuries. The driver of the motorcycle was arrested and charged with 12 traffic-related offenses involving DUI. We have more information on this tragic story on our website, CoastTV.com. Governor John Carney announced changes to his leadership team. Chief of Staff Jonathan Starkey will step down later this month to join Delaware State University as a senior advisor. Jessica Borky, the current Deputy Chief of Staff, will replace Starkey. Borky has been with the governor's team for over a decade now. And John Sheehan, currently the Chief of Policy, will step in as the new Deputy Chief of Staff. Students at the Sussex Tech High School, this is for you. The Bethany Beach Police Department has partnered with Sussex Technical High School and their work-based learning program. Students can work with professionals in their field of study and assisting people for future employment. The Ocean City Police Department are reminding everyone enjoying Bike Fest this weekend to make sure to follow these rules. Police say they're investigating multiple stolen motorcycles, and to prevent this, lock your steering column and take all your valuables with you. Lastly, follow all traffic laws. Now we take a live look into Lewis, a calm night outside, beautiful quite frankly. Our first alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobuono joins us. Good evening, Chris.
Good evening, Brandon. Yeah, it was quite a picture-perfect Saturday across the Delmarva Peninsula. In fact, highs today, 75 in Ocean City. We had plenty of sunshine, 81 Georgetown. We saw 82 in Cambridge, as well as 81 in Salisbury. Now, a live look into Dover. We are seeing, we're seeing black right now, but I can assure you it is pretty nice in Dover as temperatures are in the mid to upper 60s there. We're at 71 in Rehoboth. We're at 70 in Bethany Beach, 68 in Ocean Pines, and 67 in Seaford. It's been pretty gusty at the coast. Now, winds are going to subside through the overnight and then kind of ramp up tomorrow, and that's going to allow for some fog to begin to form across portions of the peninsula through the overnight into the early part of your Sunday. But boy, I'll tell you what, this high pressure system means business suppressing any moisture to the south. But that's going to change as we go into next week. Now, if you're heading out to brunch tomorrow morning, we're looking very nice. I mentioned that fog early through the morning hours, but that will likely burn off by the 11 a.m. hour. Temperatures getting into the low to mid 70s by around your lunchtime. And as I mentioned, winds will be a bit breezy. We're going to see those winds anywhere from about 10 to 20 mile an hour. They will be a bit stronger at the coast as well, but we are going to be seeing a beautiful afternoon across the peninsula with plenty of sunshine. But as I mentioned, Brandon, the sunshine and the dry weather is going to come to an end. I'll talk more about a coastal storm developing coming up, my full weather here in a few minutes.
Thank you, Chris. And in Lewis, DelDOT is seeking public input on a project on Route 9. This on your screen now is the stretch of road DelDOT wants to make 2 lanes each way, from Old Vine Boulevard to the Route 1 merger. People that live in nearby neighborhoods have mixed opinions on it.
I do think they're needed. It's a necessary evil. Being this close to 9, we're concerned about how wide it's going to be.
DelDOT is asking for the public's input on September 24th at the Cape Penelope High School from 4:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Now let's take a closer look at that stretch of Route 9. Again, widening would be from Old Vine Boulevard to Route 1. This is about a mile stretch. And we'll have more details on this story on our website, CoastTV.com. In Lewis, a student at the Sussex Consortium has been arrested for allegedly threatening to shoot staff members. Delaware State Police say on Friday, 20-year-old Michael Jones was started and currently was destroying a classroom and then made those threats. Furthermore, police say threats prompted a lockdown at the school that serves special needs students. And Jones, who attends the Consortium, has been charged with terroristic threatening, among other things. He was released. Good news is that no one was hurt. It's time to get ready for Sunday night football. It's the Chicago's Bears with the #1 pick Caleb Williams versus the Houston Texans with last year's Offensive Rookie of the Year C.J. Stroud. Coverage starts tomorrow at 7 right here on Coast TV. Boeing machinists are on strike this weekend, causing an increase on the financial strain on the plane maker. But some aviation analysts predict negotiations could be resolved in a matter of weeks. NBC's Jim Nelson shows us more.
In Everett.
I want to be able to get a home for her or have her buy her own home and live the American dream.
And in Renton.
Blood, sweat, and tears into our planes, and we're very proud of the product we put out there.
Boeing machinists walked the picket line over pay.
We hope that this strike is going to be a short one, not anything like the 57 days from 2008.
Aviation analyst Scott Hamilton referring to the last work stoppage, which cost Boeing an estimated $2 billion. Now 33,000 workers are striking.
All that cash flow stops, and that is really important to Boeing right now because of its frankly rather precarious financial condition.
The company has burned more than $8 billion this year, more than $25 billion over the last 6. Looking ahead to the potential long-term impact, could airlines back out of purchase deals?
I don't see that. Number one, I believe that the contracts characterize strikes as an excusable delay.
And what about moving facilities out of the Northwest over the threat of labor issues? Hamilton says it's unlikely.
This might be resolved within the next 2 weeks. Everybody wants to resolve it. Everybody recognizes the stakes involved here.
Especially new CEO Kelly Ortberg.
He came in at almost an impossible time. But if this strike is resolved quickly, that would go to his credit to resolving it quickly. And Boeing actually could conceivably come out of this with a reset with labor relations and come out of it in a positive way, again, provided this is resolved very quickly.
Yeah, I told you things were looking nice in Dover. A live look from our Bay Health Cam, 68 degrees, dew point 64. We'll see mainly clear skies through the overnight. Watch out for some fog developing through the overnight as well. We are going to see some changes in your full 7-day forecast here in just a few minutes.
And we have your week in review of everything happening around Delmarva. That in just 60 seconds.
Hey, you're coming with me today.
I am?
Mm-hmm. Come on.
My sister loves volunteering with her coworkers.
Heads up.
I asked her why she likes it so much.
This is my little sister.
She said there's something special about helping out with Food Lion.
Yes, of course. Have a great day.
You get to make people smile.
Here to fill tables and hearts with hope. Food Lion feeds, here for every moment.
Here at the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, such as myself in countertops, to not only ensure you get the best product to fit your needs, but that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your project.
When I came into the Delmarva Design Center and see that big collection of slabs, that makes really the decision seamless.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
From Route 9 possibly widening to Governor Carney calling for emergency repairs to the Indian River Inlet. There was a lot going on this week here on the coast, and Charlie Sakaitis has a look at our week in review.
Monday, Georgetown police announcing that crime is up as its population grows, and they're imploring people to speak up if they see any illegal activity. Tuesday was primary election day here in Delaware, a number of races determining who will move on to the general election, the most high profile of which was the heated race between Matt Meyer and Lieutenant Governor Bethany Hall Long. Meyer earning the win in that race and now is the heavy favorite to become the state's next governor. Wednesday, communities along the coast joined the nation as America mourned the losses that were suffered on 9/11 23 years ago. Ocean City, one of many towns hosting events to remember that dark day. Thursday, CoastTV reported on a DelDOT plan in Lewis that would widen part of Route 9. DelDOT still seeking public input on that project, and people that live along the road seem to have mixed opinions on it moving forward. And Friday, after Governor Carney called for emergency repairs near the Indian Inlet River Bridge, DENREC and DelDOT sprung into action, moving dirt and building up dunes, all to fix up and fortify the storm-battered stretch of land that has now flooded twice in just the past few months. With your Week in Review, I'm Charlie Sakaitis, Coast TV News.
Nutrients needed. Are you getting the proper nutrients? A study says most Americans are not.
Overnight lows dipping into the low 60s across much of the peninsula, some upper 60s at the coast, clear skies, some patchy fog developing through early Sunday, but some big changes in that 7-day forecast, and I'll break it all down when Coast TV News at 11 continues.
At Cabinet Discounters, we truly love what we do. Transforming kitchens, bathrooms, basements, any room. Creating new ways to help you achieve your vision. And all within your budget. Plus, we've got big news. We're excited to announce our new location in Frankfort at the Banks Plaza Shopping Center. Plus, you'll get the same great quality and great price. Get inspired at our new showroom in the Banks Plaza Shopping Center in Frankfort. Learn more at CabinetDiscounters.com.
Cabinet Discounters. Great quality, great price.
Some people will stop at nothing to get your stuff. Get solid security and protect yourself from theft, fire, and accidents with American-made Rhino at Southern States in Milford. Experience peace of mind with financing available when you buy local from the only Rhino dealer on Delmarva. They'll deliver and set it up for you too. Ask about Rhino's Thank You for Your Service rebate program. Protect your stuff with Rhino. Everything else is just storage. Securing Delmarva one safe at a time. Southern States of Milford.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care and women's health services to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
We have a leak.
Already?
I told you we should have went with Hershey Exteriors.
We don't cut corners at Hershey Exteriors. We guarantee craftsmanship that lasts.
As you see here, Hershey Exteriors did an amazing job on my roof. I'd recommend them to anyone.
With Hershey Exteriors, you'll get high-quality materials and an industry-leading GAF Golden Pledge warranty. Because one thing you should never compromise on is quality. When you need a new roof, trust Hershey Exteriors, because life is sweeter with Hershey Exteriors.
Well, we have had quite a beautiful stretch of weather here on the Delmarva Peninsula, to say the least. A live look into Rehoboth Beach, where it is 71 degrees. Some folks taking a late night stroll there on the boards. A bit breezy at the coast. We've seen winds at the coast generally between about 10 to 20 miles an hour. Now we are going to watch for that dense fog potentially developing through the early morning hours, but we will see clear skies. Temperatures right now 67 in Seaford, we're at 68 in Milford, 70 in Lewis, and 69 in Salisbury. So winds are going to subside through the overnight, allowing for that patchy fog to develop, and then we're going to see some breezy conditions once again tomorrow afternoon. Keep in mind though, rip current statement, moderate risk tomorrow, high risk on Monday, and that is due in part to that coastal low that's going to be developing off the Carolinas, and we also do have small craft advisories up for the ocean as well as the bay through Tuesday, and they're likely going to get extended as well with the forecast ahead. We are clear, we're dry, all thanks to a very strong area of high pressure, which is pretty much just kind of suffocating any of this moisture from advancing eastward. That is the remnant low of Francine just breaking apart, but this is the feature we're keeping a close eye on in the coming days. In fact, the National Hurricane Center has now a 50% chance of development into a tropical cyclone here in the coming days, so we'll keep a close eye on that. Whether it gets a name or not, I am expecting some impacts to the peninsula over by Tuesday into Wednesday. 81 degrees was our high today. We were 1 degree above that average. 93 was the record set back in 1962. So high pressure is going to continue to dominate into our Sunday. Will be dry through Monday. Tropical low develops, rain, wind, coastal flooding possible Tuesday into Wednesday. And overall, next week looking rather unsettled, cloudy, and with a lot of shower activity, especially as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Heavy rain possible Tuesday into Wednesday. And then some scattered activity. What else is going to be on the rise? Humidity. That tropical system is going to allow for dew points to rise back into the 70s, so it's going to feel very tropical around here. Overnight, as I mentioned, that dense fog potentially developing with lows in the 60s. Tomorrow, another gorgeous afternoon, breezy at times. I think we could get into the 80s here in the eastern shore. The closer you are to the coast, we are going to stay in the 70s, mid to upper 70s, in fact. Futurecast shows those mainly clear skies through the afternoon. As we go into Monday, we start sunny and cloudy, increasing clouds ahead of that system at the coast. And then there's the rain beginning to move in Tuesday, late Tuesday morning into Tuesday afternoon. So at the coast, as I mentioned, moderate risk of rip currents Sunday, high risk on Monday. And then we watch that shower and potentially even a thunderstorm or two roll in Tuesday. Now, as we get into Tuesday, there is that system, that area low pressure tracking to our southwest, throwing a plume of moisture into our region. A lot of onshore flow here, so we're going to be worried about some beach erosion as well as some coastal flooding. And then that low kind of meanders off the coast, and we keep the rain and shower activity in play. Could see 1 to 3 inches of rain Tuesday into Wednesday, gusts as high as 20 to 40 Wednesday. And there's your Paul Davis 7-day showing very unsettled conditions through the end of the week into the early part of next weekend.
Thank you, Chris. And new details are emerging about a deadly shooting at a Georgia high school. Authorities are explaining how they think the 14-year-old alleged shooter was able to bring a rifle into the classroom unnoticed. Cheryl Hubbard has more on this developing story.
Georgia Emergency Services have released some of the 911 calls from last week's deadly Appalachia High School shooting. It left 2 teachers and 2 students dead.
There's a shooter. Active shooter. We have an active shooter at Appalachia High School.
The suspected shooter, 14-year-old Colt Gray. Police say he confessed to the fatal shootings. Now, details are coming to light as to how the day may have unfolded. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation said he was allowed to leave his classroom with his belongings before returning with a rifle in his backpack. Authorities say the AR-15 assault-style rifle could not be broken down, but Gray, who had ridden the bus to school that morning, wrapped something around the weapon to conceal it, quote, as if it was a project.
What's the status of the shooter? In custody, uninjured.
Authorities said the suspect was engaged by a school resource officer and quickly surrendered.
One suspect in custody.
The incident was not Gray's first brush with law enforcement. In 2023, investigators in Jackson County interviewed the teen and his father after they say officials received, quote, several anonymous tips about online threats of a possible shooting targeting an unidentified school. Recently released footage shows the father's interactions with police.
He's getting picked on at school, and is everything okay? That's why I keep going up there.
Colin Gray, the father, implied that his son may have been a victim of bullying at the time.
Under pressure, he doesn't really think straight.
At the time, authorities said they determined there was no probable cause for arrest. I'm Cheryl Hubbard reporting.
Parents who spend a lot of time on screens instead of interacting with their kids could be hindering their children's language development. That's according to a new study published Thursday in the academic journal Frontiers of Psychology. Researchers surveyed more than 400 parents of kids between the ages of 2.5 and 4 years old. They found that parents who use screens more had children who use screens more as well, and those children had lower aptitude in grammar and vocabulary. A new study also finds more than half of the global population isn't eating enough of the 7 nutrients crucial for human health. It found more than 5 billion people who don't consume enough iodine, vitamin E, or calcium. And more than 4 billion people aren't getting enough iron, riboflavin, folate, and vitamin C. A co-author said the nutritional gaps compromise health outcomes and limit human potential on a global scale. The data doesn't include consumption of supplements and fortified foods. On Friday, golf legend Tiger Woods announced he's recovering from a successful back surgery. The procedure was for pinched nerves in his lower back. The 48-year-old said the procedure went smoothly, and he hopes it will help alleviate the back spasms and the pain he experienced through most of the 2024 season. He says he looks forward to tackling rehab and resuming normal life activities, including golf. This was Wood's 6th back operation of his career and first since 2021. Concussions in the NFL, the latest concussion that have fans and players worried. That's up next on Coast TV News at 11.
The bold, creamy smoothness of Hardee's new cold brew coffee with the made-from-scratch goodness of Hardee's famous breakfast. A delicious new way to power your morning. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Joining forces for great healthcare, it's Your Dachshund in partnership with Tidal Health. Your Dachshund has much of what you'd go to the ER for, but when only the ER will do, Tidal Health is there for you. Your Dachshund opens 7 days a week with 6 convenient locations and late hours too. Book online for no more waiting room limbo. Fast care at reasonable prices. Your Dachshund in partnership with Tidal Health, accepting most insurance plans and Medicare. Named Best Urgent Care on the Shore. Feel better, faster at Your Dachshund.
Welcome to Pools and Spas Unlimited of Milford, where relaxation meets perfection. The Celtic series, crafted in the USA, starts at just $4,300 and a perfect match for any budget. Enjoy endless family fun with the Artesian series, tailored for unforgettable moments. Indulge in affordable luxury with our Stealth hot tubs for relaxation without breaking the bank. Plus, with every hot tub, our in-house service team ensures professional installation and full support. With one of the largest hot tub showrooms on Delmarva, why not visit Pools and Spas Unlimited of Milford today?
From the time that I established Garlic Builders, I instilled certain core values into my company, like I learned in the military. The number one approach that I instill in my team is a client-first mentality. The relationship with the client goes far beyond the construction process. Years down the road, I want to be able to grab a cup of coffee or grab dinner and reconnect. For so many, this has been a dream of theirs to own a beach house, and it brings great joy to us to be able to be that bridge, to be able to make their dream finally come true. We're a family of builders, Garlic Builders, homes built with honor.
The greatest meal deal for your buck? Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Loaded with your choice of 2 full-size favorites, plus fries and a drink. All for just $6.99. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
There's some major news about one of the NFL's rising stars after Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa suffered another concussion. Many are wondering whether it's safe for him to keep playing. Jesse Kirsch shows us more.
Tua steps up, he's going to run for the first down and takes a shot.
Tonight, calls are growing for one of the NFL's biggest stars to consider quitting the game for his health.
It's not worth it. He's going to live longer than he's going to play football. Take care of your family.
Last night, this head-on collision sent Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa to the turf. His arms positioned in what's known as the fencing response, often a sign of concussion. The hit also involved Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin, who became a household name after his own on-field health scare.
Tagovailoa is up.
This marks at least 3 concussions for Tagovailoa in 3 seasons.
Oh, it's the back of his head hitting the turf.
Sure is.
On this scary play in 2022, Tagovailoa's head slammed into the ground. He stumbled, but eventually returned to the game. It was not diagnosed as a concussion. 4 days later, this happened.
And down he goes.
A confirmed concussion, sparking questions about whether he should have been benched.
After you get multiple injuries to a part of your body, it takes less and less injury, less and less force to cause problems later.
The 26-year-old previously said he has considered retirement.
It would be hard for me to walk away from this game with how old I am.
Last night, Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel kissed his quarterback's head as the pair walked off the field.
I told him he's the starting quarterback of his family and that to go in the locker room, take a deep breath, and I'll see you soon.
More than 1 million U.S. women experience menopause every year. Those going through it have symptoms like hot flashes, fatigue, and mood changes. But another big complaint is weight gain. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has more on how to boost metabolism during this stage of life.
It's a natural stage in a woman's life when her menstrual periods stop. Menopause can affect everyone differently, but weight gain is common.
It's true that changing hormones play a part here, but it's worth noting this.
Aging by itself is also associated with weight gain.
Dr. Sanjay Gupta says research shows that women in their 40s and 50s typically gain about 1.5 pounds per year. But while menopause may be an inevitable part of life, weight gain for those going through it doesn't have to be. If the number on the scale is inching upwards in this stage of life, he says it's probably due to lifestyle changes like becoming sedentary.
One of the best ways to rev up your metabolism in those years is with weighted resistance exercise, 2 to 3 times a week. Muscle burns fat, but around age 30, we begin to lose about 1% of our muscle mass per year. So weighted exercise can help us build back that muscle while also burning calories.
Gupta says to focus on exercise that works major muscle groups, whether that's lifting weights or doing activities like Pilates, aerobics, yoga, even walking is considered weight-bearing exercise.
Whatever workout keeps you moving, that's going to be the right workout for you.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The transition to menopause most often starts between the ages of 45 and 55. It typically lasts about 7 years, but can be as long as 14 years according to the National Institutes of Health. After the break here on Coast TV News at 11, we have your forecast as we take a live look into Dover. That after the break on Coast TV News at 11.
Your child deserves the best. When your child is sick, every moment counts. And the team at Tidal Health Pediatrics understands the urgency of such situations. Whether it's a sudden fever, a troubling cough, or another pediatric ailment, your child will be seen when they need it most. Schedule your child's appointment now at tidalhealth.org/findapediatrician or call 410-912-5785 because your child's health is our top priority. Tidal Health Pediatrics, compassionate care when you need it most.
Shop fabulous, fun fashion at Twyla Farrell's in Lewis. Discover stylish and comfortable clothing made from designers you know and love. From head to toe, you can complete your look at Twyla's. A large selection of fashionable shoes, including popular brands such as Piccolinos and Naote, and trendy winter jackets to keep you warm this winter. We believe in building lasting relationships and always offer honest fashion advice. Come visit us for a unique shopping experience. Shop fabulous, fun fashion at Twyla Farrell's in Lewis.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, like myself in flooring, to ensure you get the best product to fit your needs and that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your project.
They worked with me, gave me different options, kept within that budget, completed it on time. Delmarva Design Center was awesome.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Today we celebrate Donuts Cream of the Crop. September 14th is National Cream-Filled Donut Day. While the most famous one is the Boston Cream Donut, but there's an entire assortment of cream-filled donuts you can enjoy. With fall right around the corner, maple cream might be your donut of choice. Cream-filled pastries have been around since the 1800s, and people love them then just as much as they do now.
Well, I certainly love them. I'll have to get one tomorrow morning. Woo. Well, we are going to see beautiful conditions into our Sunday. Breezy at times, especially at the coast. Temperatures topping out in the upper 70s to right around that 80-degree mark. Keep in mind, UV index still high in the coming days, but a lot of cloud and rain showers moving through this week. We're going to see medium to low levels of that UV index. Remember, get your forecast anytime by calling 443-880-9100. Paul Davis 10-day shows that coastal system moving in Tuesday through Wednesday. Rain, wind, coastal flooding possible. We keep the showers and rain and wind right through the week.
Thank you, Chris, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. Saturday Night Live starts right now. Have a great night.